thing to do at night? Anybody? Favorite thing? Okay. At night. What's your favorite thing to do at night?
Facebook.
Sleep, Xbox.
Facebook, sleep. Okay. Homework. All right. Night before test. Night before test. What's the one thing you want to be doing? Studying, sleeping. Okay. Okay.
Call of Duty.
All right. Those are all good answers. Say a teacher gives you a project, do it in 3 weeks. At that moment, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Ben?
How can you do this?
That's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. Procrastination. Procrastination is seen all across campuses, across the nation. It's seen in the workplace. It's seen at home. Now, I'm sure some of you are out there thinking right now, wow, I am definitely a procrastinator. I'm here to tell you, I'm sitting on the same side with it because I am. I can't help it. For instance, I got a 3 to 4 page paper assigned to me last Wednesday. So I'm sitting there thinking, Saturday's going to be a good night to start, There's not much going on. I can get started. Tuesday afternoon rolls around. I'm like, I got 4 hours here. I have nothing to do. I haven't started my paper yet. I better go to the library. So I get done, 4 hours in the library. Sitting there thinking, probably only got good enough paper right here for a C. We're not here at college to just shoot for C's, right? We want to do better. So when I was thinking about procrastination, I did a little research on EBSCO, found some scholarly articles. I surveyed 18 different students here at Co, and I interviewed 2. And I found out some really unique information about it. So, through all my research, I found some big problems with procrastination, what problems people have, as well as how we can kind of combat it, and why we need to. Now, of course, the biggest problem with procrastination is that you receive bad grades. Yeah, you can get A's with procrastinating, but you're not always going to get an A. Let's face the facts. I got on my paper, likeliness of getting an A. Yeah, there's a chance, but I didn't quite put in all the time to receive that A. And according to Diane Tice, she said that procrastination can actually lead to a lot of mental health issues, such as depression, low self-esteem, and obviously poor study habits. And the main problem with the health issues it leads to is because it creates so much stress on your body. If you have 4 hours to do this one thing, you're going to be a little stressed out about it. You know that you have 4 hours. You have to get it done. It has to get done. You cannot waste any time, or else you're not going to get it done and you're going to fail something. And another big problem with that is if you don't give yourself enough time to get it done, you only give yourself that 4 hours set time. What happens if your computer shuts down? What happens if something pops up and you can't do it? Those are unforeseen obstacles that you don't plan on the way. So those are a lot of problems with procrastinating, and that's the reason that a lot of people struggle with it. Not only in school, but in the workplace. A lot of people lose their job over it. And if you lose your job, how are you supposed to support a family? How are you supposed to pay rent? Pay car insurance? Those are a lot of big issues. Now, there's a lot of easy solutions to procrastination. One of the biggest things that you can do to avoid procrastination is schedule your week out by simply getting a calendar, planning out your day, the things that you have to set in there for sure, class, maybe a workout, or maybe practice, and then find those blocks of time during the day. Maybe even a very easy thing to do is find, if you don't like doing homework for 3 hours straight, maybe find 3 one-hour segments during the day where you can go sit in the library and find, I'm going to do this one subject for this hour and try to get as much done as I possibly can, and I'll go back and relax for a little bit, kind of take a little stress off my body. Yes. No. I figure I don't quite find enough 1-hour segments in the day to make it work. I'm more of all right, I got 3 hours here at the end of the night, I gotta go do as much work as I can. But I would say I'm not a horrible procrastinator, but in certain situations with a lot of things going on, I can do a pretty bad job.
What if you forget to look at your calendar every day?
Well, that's almost one thing that you need to become accustomed to get over it. It's almost a step you have to take. If you don't, then you should have a very good memory of what you need to do. Maybe just trying to get in the habit of doing some of these things.
You have 5 assignments this week. How many of them would you procrastinate?
Which one's the longest? Which one's going to take the longest time?
You got 3 papers and 2 tests.
3 papers and 2 tests. Okay. Wow. I hope that never happens. Let's put it that way. I really hope that never happens. I would say I am studying for the test early, and if I have to, I'm doing the papers the night before. But hopefully, I'm sure if I'd realized I had that much to do, I would have done the papers in advance and been ready for it. I mean, I'm not that bad, but I can brag.
What if something unexpected comes up and messes up your entire schedule?
Well, see, that's the unforeseen obstacles I talked about. That's one of the problems with procrastinating, is those unforeseen obstacles. I mean, say that I plan tomorrow to go to the library from 2 to 5, and all of a sudden, and during that time we didn't have practice, and all of a sudden coach calls in emergency practice, we have practice. Like, that's one of those unforeseen obstacles, and some of them you can't prevent. I mean, if you were working on a paper and all of a sudden your computer crashes, you cannot prevent that. But you have to be prepared to get it done anyways. That's the thing. So I'll say, I mean, if that happened, hopefully I have enough time somewhere else to get it done. Hopefully it's not due that day. And, I mean, maybe I have to stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning getting it done, but as long as you get it done. Any more questions? Okay. And another big part with getting a set schedule going on is you're able to get stuff done earlier. And the big part about getting stuff done earlier is you're going to receive better grades because you have more time to go back and check your work. And the biggest part from it, like when I talk about Diane Tice saying how it can lead to mental health issues such as depression, because depression creates so much. When you're depressed, it's because you have a lot of stress on your body. So the sooner you get stuff done, the less stress you have. I mean, it's as simple as that. And then when you don't have that much stress, you're receiving good grades. It's kind of like an upbringing thing that you have. As well as another thing I noticed from my surveys is that 65% of my surveyed students go to the library and do their homework there, which I think is probably the biggest thing that you can do to avoid it. If you can go to the library and eliminate yourself from the distractions in your dorm. You know, you got friends coming and knocking on the door, hey, let's go out to eat, let's go play some video games. Well, if you're in the library, you have less chance of, you're already over there, somebody says, let's go do something. You're not as much likely to just get up and leave. You're already set into a spot. You have a set list of what you want to do, and it's a lot more beneficial. Okay, some things why we need to quit procrastinating is that this procrastination really carries over into the real world, which is in the fact where you do not want to have procrastination. That's the last place you want it. And it also affects you now because your grades that you receive in college affect what your future stores. If I'm a straight C student and I'm signing up for a job at an accounting firm and I'm going into my interview and there's another person waiting for an interview after me and I had a 2.5 GPA all through college and he's coming in with a 3.0, who's more likely to get the job? Me or the guy with 3.0?
The guy with the 3.0.
The guy with 3.0. Why? Because he showed responsibility and work ethic throughout college. He was able to show that he was dedicated to get stuff done, and I was not nearly as dedicated as him. And I think those are things that a lot of people don't realize when they're procrastinating. I mean, yeah, it's fun to get that short-term pleasure where you're not doing anything and you're sitting around having a good time. But in the long run, in the real world, it doesn't really pay off for you. And I think that's probably the biggest reason why you need to avoid it. And it's a habit. It's a habit. Habits, you have to break habits sometimes. And I think this is one of the biggest ones that you could benefit from breaking. Recently, I've had a little conversation with Ben Strelling here in our class, and I asked him, Ben, do you think procrastination carries over to the real world? Or is it just a college thing? Is it just something to do with all the time? And he said, absolutely, it carries over for sure. And I started thinking about that, and I was thinking about what do I want my future to be? And I was sitting there thinking, 4 years down the road, I hope I have a good, steady job. I'm able to provide for a family. And I really decided that there's no way I want procrastination to carry over to the real world. So it's just something to think about. And if you're procrastinating, you're usually not leading to a successful lifestyle. You're always, I don't want to do it, instead of taking the initiative to do it. So I want everybody to think about the last big assignment they were given. What steps you took to quit procrastinating. If you did procrastinate, how you could combat it, and what your grade was from that grade. So I want from that project. I want everybody to take a moment to think about that. All right. Now that you've thought about it a little bit, from the tips and steps I've given you today, I want you to think about how on the next assignment you get, how you can go at it in a better way, what you can do to eliminate it, and why you would want to for the rest of your life. Procrastination is one of those things that if you don't get rid of it, it's going to be like the monkey on your back for the rest of your life. It's always going to be there. You're always going to be plagued by it, and you're never going to take the initiative to get rid of it. So my question for you is, what do you want in your future?
Did you procrastinate at all at this stage?
Yes, a little bit. And I think the main problem I had is that I missed one class and I didn't get my topics so late. So, and then I've had like a really busy last week, so that didn't help. But I didn't procrastinate nearly as bad on this speech as I did that paper I was talking about. So, I think I did that because I knew I'd be okay if I procrastinated a little bit on this speech, but I really did. I took all the steps to get it done.
As a procrastinator, do you usually find yourself making excuses for why you're not getting your stuff done?
No. I mean, I'm pretty straightforward, I'd say. If I didn't do it up front, I'm sure I'd just be like, well, you know what, just end up playing too many video games and all done fall. But I mean, it's not really an excuse. You can have an excuse for procrastination. You could say it's just, just do it. But it's really not really a very good excuse for to have one.
Rumor has it they play MLB The Show and you procrastinate. Is this true?
This is true. Played a little bit. I've cut back lately. Anybody else?
I have one more question. Do you think this statement is true? I heard this at a conference I went to the last time, that college students really have this short window of time that they get it. 2 days before, then 2 days after.
I completely believe that's true. And maybe just from self-experience, I would say the 2 days before something is due, that is when it is most fresh in my mind, and I'm like, wow, I really need to find time these next 2 days to get it done. But in the same aspect, there's a lot of times where I'm thinking a week ahead. Like for instance, I have 2 tests Monday, and I started studying for them on Tuesday. So, I mean, I think it kind of varies with different kind of assignments. Like I would say papers, and actually out of my survey, 65% students said that papers were the hardest thing to start. And I would agree because I think it's one of those things that you can sit down for 3 to 4 hours and get it done. But it's not one of those things you can sit down for 3 to 4 hours and perfect. So I would say it's more situational.